Hello there, fellow surgeons and mechanics. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: Inquest of the Dead. Episode 59, all Brawlers, immune to toxins. Operation Wargburn. Let's do it so we don't have to keep killing them over and over and over, because their bites are way the frick worse than shambler bites. But that's pretty much... There's one Warg corpse over there, and then one here, but apart from those two, this is about it, I think. Yeah, I see the freezer problems. It's still frozen in there, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, acknowledged. I don't know how that caught fire. Who's fleeing right now? Kadath is. Okay, get inside. Everyone stay inside. That Warg's going to be annoying because it's already aggroed, which means it's going to be trying to... How did that one res? Oh, that's not roofed, is it? Wait, it is roofed. How did it res? That should not have been possible. Legitimately. I don't get it. Oh, was it outside and walked in? Oh, maybe that was it. Thought I saw it correctly, but perhaps I didn't. No, the doors aren't broken. But if it rezzed outside, then just walked in and I missed that. That makes sense. I just want to be done with this group. They just keep trickling. I've like killed them like 6 times over because their revive timers are staggered enough. It's just so annoying. Alright, so I think a good finish them up. And I'm going to be behind my walls. So I'm forcing behind the walls just so that I can like recover, because there's a lot of injuries. Like, I don't want her to lose a limb. That'd be a hell of a recovery time. And then... Did we end up getting another Locust Armor? No. We only have the one. Okay. Because I know Madsy's down to no armor. So I think things are kind of going back to normal. We still have a little bit here to deal with. But that shouldn't take too long. Our steel is not looking great, but we are smelting slag, so it should be resolved soon. We need a bigger freezer? Yes. I mean, what I think really what it comes down to is we need to get packaged survival meals and then just like stockpile them and stash them away. But I agree with you. We are hurting for that. That or put the hay grass just on a shelf. I know it rots, but its rot timers is pretty generously long. And just ignore the fact that it rots, because we'll grow enough of it that it won't be a problem, I think. Whatever like corpse in the freezers? Vultures. Okay, we have limestone. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I was going to put... What kind of limestone do we have? We have regular. I'm going to get some limestone shelves and put the hay grass on limestone shelves. I'll put that here, maybe. Do you still have the Chimic requesting Chimic quest? We do. That was 4 days left. So you voted for this. What reward? 1, 2, 3. Reward number 1 is Eltix and Silver. Reward number 2 is a map, a quest map, and Jade. Reward number 3 is Glow World Meds. And then we'll decide who actually goes. I am feeding a lot of people with a small kitchen. That much I know. Paid weather controller for... Oh, it's a site that can be destroyed. But honestly, the rewards pretty suck. So, I don't want fog, and those rewards are bad. This heat wave is bad as well. Is it destroying my beer, though? No? But very close. My freezer is also, like... mostly because of the doors being in and out, in and out, in and out. But the freezer's not, it's barely staying frozen. I think I'm gonna stick a passive cooler in here to just help out with the heat wave. So we don't lose beer brewing. And Kadath leveled up. At this point, I'm just going to upgrade. So you guys want the quest map. Got it. So I'm going to accept it. They'll land here, and I'll send Chimic to Chimic. Oh, well, screw you two. Oh my god. Chimic's going on holiday. Sterile materials is done, and we'll start to get hospital beds. Do I want to freeze airlock? I do not. It's not even an issue. Please don't sow. Cut the blight. Guys! Cut the blight! You thought Tox potatoes were immune to blight? Nope. Devil Strand is. I think everything else is not. Well, I don't know if flowers get blighted. I mean, what's the point? Maybe they do, but... it would confuse me if they did. Oh, no! Don't use our meat that way. Ugh, I mean, I can't stop you, but ugh. So what we really need to do is cook up this food here. So I'm going to say cooking is the highest priority. And then, good, you need to get a little bit more meditation time back on your schedule, because I know it took that off of you. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to batch together a whole lot of packaged survival meals. And we aren't allowed to eat packed meals. So this is so that we can build a supply of travel stuff for when it's, you know, when we have to go to quest sites and the like. Everyone's getting healed. Does look like RCV might need a little bit of a regen. And Sakura has plenty. So Sakura hit that up. And then your eye is like healed. It has a damage of 0 with a tiny bit of pain. So you're really very low on the list of injuries I care about. So then maybe Rascal hits Madzi with a regen. Oh, and here comes seasonal flooding. We could have probably picked a better spot for this because they're like unconscious in our temple with the weapons on the ground, but whatever. Where are the males going? Is everyone picking them up? They shouldn't be picking them up. I don't know where they're going though. No, they're just in the stockpile here. No biggie. They're red because they contain meat. Yeah, they're non-veg. Alright, with good fully recovered, I'm going to have Good and Kadath do a little bit of a corpse purge so that I have more access to the map. There's one left in the water. Once we get that one in the water, we'll have made the local area safe, and then we can go back to mining plasteel and rearming traps and stuff like that. Getting granite for building, etc. There's a few there, and then one there. So there's a stragglers here and there, but we're almost done. Are the burn boxes going to be flooded out? Nope, because they have doors and walls. So right on the outside of the walls, yes, but on the inside of the walls, no. Because a forced open door still stops floods. Gill rot. Okay. Well, fishing is illegal, so seems fine to me. All right. Local area is cleared. Oh, there's okay, 4 down there. Got it. I always got to be careful about that. It's really easy for people that don't have locust armor or like jump abilities to get bushwhacked. So updating the close to home zone. This doesn't look unreasonable. It looks pretty safe. And we'll get this retiled up and then hopefully get some more crematoriums. I missed some blight. Yep. I wasn't sowing anything down here, so it's one of those like, man, whatever. It's all immature young crops that haven't grown really almost at all. I'll allow sowing soon. Maybe. Yeah, we're getting a good amount of pack meals. That's great. I may want something to physically block fires from easily spreading into here, like a roof zone over it, 3 tiles out. That doesn't stop shamblers from wandering in and like setting it ablaze. But if a shambler's wandering in, it probably should be on fire anyway. But this will stop like forest fires and other fires from just kind of like catching these boxes on up like that, this stuff. So I think that's a good investment. Yes, I know I won't be able to spot burn corpses in them. That's what the crematorium's for. All right, the blight's gone. We can resow. And we have a lot of tea leaves that are, I'm sure, rotting in the fields. There's nowhere to put them. We've been making pack meals so much that, like, tea it has not had progress. With the heat wave over, I'm not going to bother refueling the passive cooler. But I won't break it down either. It's not hurting anything. It's a bored Drake. You want to get hit with another convert? He is really resisted. He's been a prisoner for a long time. And then if you were wondering, the vultures that were going to be here for 18 days are gone in 4. Light at the end of the tunnel. I cannot wait. We're up to 96% guaranteed fine for plasteel again. Way to torture me. Just burn the prisoner? I mean, at this point, like, you're not wrong. Oh. Your name is Hunt. 14-year-old named Hunt. MJ Hunt. Well, I'm glad you're a female. That way I know your M isn't the name Michael. You don't go by Mike. I'm not saying that aloud. You'll just if you get the joke, you get the joke. One thing we've not... Wow, we really have not made progress. Good lord. Is the removal of pollution. You can see the difference. 31 to 72. Oh, goodness. Obviously, it's going to benefit us greatly if we remove the pollution over the other zones. And, like, we'll get there. There we go. All right. So it is 10 in the morning. Good. We're down to 2 plasteel left. You can see how plasteel addicted we are. It's ridiculous. Sun Tzu, you picked up Locust Armor. I'm going to ditch that so RCV has it. So RCV, go get your sword. Madzi, go get your sword. And then... I mean, if anyone should have armor, obviously it's Sun Tzu, who, like, loves to get shot in the heart. But, I think Brawlers need it more. So, Good has eaten... And... Nabe... Yeah, they're good. Yeah, so we'll just load them up. There's already food in there. There's already beds in there. There's already beers in there in case they need beers. So they have everything they need for a trip out. And I am going to choose not to send a plant cutter because I don't care about getting more wood. This is just about plasteel, not about wood. This heart is just a few sizes too big. Yeah, that's pretty much. Okay, bedroll, beer, food, good, go. Center. Looking at this, it looks like we've got plenty of beer, but we don't have a tea shelf. Oh, this was on a wood shelf? Oh, that's a horrible idea. We'll replace it with limestone. pristine limestone. Fancy limestone. Nice. It's a desert, so it's like less useful, but it's another non-polluted zone. Like, I mean, not the whole zone, but the landing zone, so they won't get pollution buildup. Not that it matters to Good anymore, because she's immune to it. And that also means that Nabe would be a pretty decent contender for once all the Brawlers have lungs. Nabe getting lungs, because he's sent to outside mining zones with some regularity. Oh, that's an overhead mountain. Ah, okay. We definitely can afford like the full burn of hay grass. I'm probably, truth be told, planting too much hay, but if it burns zombies, I'm okay with that. Hey Hunt, how you doing? Now, I think because she's 14 and has a smaller body size, she won't actually see our own colonists as valid to try to kill for food, which means she's not going to try to like eat me. If I had a lower population, I would consider taming her, but obviously that isn't the case. Our pop numbers are pretty ridiculous, so I'm going to leave her alone. She is what it is. So we got through all of the packed meal meat, and we have them 67 meals stockpiled here. And now we're going through the tea. Sweet. I'm going to have a dedicated shelf for tea and beer, rather than mixing them. Of course, yeah. Well, alright, it's not technically 67, because there is, like, 9 meals in here. Speaking of which, we kind of need to dump them out. Transport crash from the Broken Empire. Definitely someone to be rescued if possible. Definitely, it's very possible. Oh, you're size sensitive too. All right, Kadeth, you're the man with the legs. Go rescue Stefan, the assembler. Hypersensitive, body purist, and kind. Oh God, bleeding real bad. Rascal, you want it? You got it. I'm actually going to hit him with the words of healing, so he's like gets out, because he's not going to be a colonist. So I want him to recover super fast from his wounds, so we can just get rid of him. Because otherwise he's just going to complain about the food and the lodging and everything. It's like, yeah, no, I don't need to deal with that. Madzu with creativity, is that useful to me? I think you're an artist? No, you're a constructor. I'm gonna try for a bed. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna get a royal bed. Yeah, it is. I had an inspiration, a few inspirations. Like, I think Wizard had a shooting inspiration, which was like worthless because he's our constructor. So I'm gonna have Madzi try to put a very fancy royal bed together. For whom, I have no idea. But I want it, so I'll do it. I'm doing my best for her to actually be the one that, like, completes the project. So I'm hoping that the just burning up the straw grass and luring with shooters, if I have the micromanagement for it, is like the way to go going forwards in order to lure. How close are we to the lungs for Madsy, too? Okay, we have 1.5. There's 1 in process. So we're actually pretty close to having the lungs for our last brawler. That is a milestone. And don't worry, I'm starting at the row bed. I'm not going to have Nobla finish it. A vulture is escaping? Oh, the hell? Okay, animals. Stay inside, please? Good call. That would have been really frustrating. They had a miraculous recovery and decided, yep, I'm out of here. Alright, we need a second 2 meals. I'm actually impressed. This away mining team hasn't had a lot of like mental breaks or any issues of that ilk. They've been doing just fine. So Velvet now has free reign to be able to go wherever, eat whatever. One thing I might want to do is to store the pack meals, because one I think got eaten by Celso. Store the pack meals physically elsewhere, so that they can't be just consumed by pets. So I'll put them here, which is pretty close to where the shuttle landing is. So storage, linked, packaged meals. And it also keeps them from like littering up the floor. Nobla. I guess, sure. Yeah, you get the... I mean, I would say at some point, like, probably Kadath should... I'm going to force it on Kadath, actually. Kadath really ought to have Locust armor at this point, given that he's, like, OG, kind of important, and half detoxed already with a helmet. Hospital bed is good. Vitals monitor doesn't do a whole lot for us because the resting in a hospital recovers wounds pretty quickly, and the benefit of the Vitals monitor is just like not much. Okay, so we have a masterwork bed. Take it for yourself. Madsy and Zoshi's love nest. Gilded love nest. If I could take back words I just said, I would, but it's too late. One thing I was hoping is that it kicked the impressiveness of the barracks up a tier, but it didn't, unfortunately. Isn't the pet rat fair game for Vulture now? No, pets don't eat other pets. So the Vulture is just going to be eating corpses in the freezer. Alright, we have both lungs. Madsy, you're going to go under the knife. Industrial Tech Meds. Detox left, detox right, and I'll make sure that it's not someone crazy doing the surgery. I'll wake up Sakura for this. I mean, she's got medical 17, so better her than some Yahoo. Would pets eat the pack meals? Yes, they would. Sailsail would. Velvet would not. But Sailsail did eat the pack meal. So I'm just keeping them separate. Sailsail has access to anything in the freezer, and I don't care about the rest of it. I just don't want the pack meals touched. So the pack meals are out here. They don't rot. They're packaged meals, so they're just going to sit there, and that's fine. Mining team is done. Let's pack up, because there was another seam that we just found. I'm probably going to have them come home first, because I've use for the plasteel immediately. And then we'll redeploy. I am addicted to the steel. Alright, Rascal. I'm gonna guess, because I have not been on top of it. Yes, Rascal has enough psi focus to regenerate limbs, and Sakura does absolutely. So we're gonna want to take advantage of that. So taking a look, Good has a missing toe. Bryzet has basically no damage. I mean, it's an eye pain. He's basically got a sty. So Good's the only one that would be a viable person, and I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. So I think instead I'm just going to reduce their prey time. And Madsy, you are officially a lunged brawler now. Congratulations. So I'm going to keep rolling the T-Tox lungs off the line, because they're going to be helpful to our shooters too. Kadath is probably like first in line to get a double lung, and then we'll start to do the others. But this is going to allow our brawlers to actually wear helmets to protect their brains from, you know, damage, etc. Because they've been missing. I mean, the amount of eyes I've lost is ridiculous. So many. So many. So I'm going to give Nabe and Good like a day's... Ooh. 2 groups of pirates. They're all going to be snipers. If they pod drop raid on top of me, it's going to be super annoying. But if they raid outside, that's kind of fine. Do we accept this quest? What do you guys think? Pretty decent rewards, which is why I'm considering it. And if they land outside, they're just going to get eaten by zombies, shamblers, but I don't know. It could also backfire pretty easily. I can see it backfiring too. Hey Glitch, you admitted to being idle. Guess what? You get to burn corpses. Do we have music regulation yet? We are about to get a harpsichord, so not yet, but in 2.7 days, we get a masterwork harpsichord for watching the vultures. So you guys do want to accept the quest. I didn't leave that poll up very long, but what reward? So choice 1, 2, 3. 1 is a harp and plasteel. 2 is a legendary gladius, which is a pretty decent weapon. It'd be better if it was longsword, but it's still pretty decent as a weapon. Piano and gold. And number 3 is heal factors, which increases the rate at which you naturally heal and uranium. One thing we haven't been doing and we could do is to have a Ancient Danger crew in the shuttle. And in fact, with the additional plasteel I have, I might want to get a second shuttle. So I'm actually going to work towards that. I'm going to tile up and build a second shuttle here. Having 2 shuttles, I think, is smart if we're questing or need rescue, etc., etc. Which means we all have a shuttle to raffle off in terms of the names. So raffle timer is active, even though I hit the numbers first. And I'm hoping in the morning we'll send Good and Nabe out again to do more plasteel, because we blow through plasteel like you would not believe. The Pollux trees have absorbed all of the tox packs that we've had on the map, so there's also room to start to clean out terrain further. If we have enough idle pawns, they will do that on their own, which would be fantastic. And I think I'm going to make the decision to replace the few wooden doors that are still left in the base with uranium auto doors. It increases the component upkeep cost, but like for security's sake, I think it's the right call. What way is Stefan exiting? Hopefully southwest. It's pretty safe. So if he goes southeast, he's on his own. Door to the rec room? Yes. That one. Yeah. Although that never gets attacked. But I will replace it all the same. Malaria. Good and Madzi. Well, I guess Good's not going, Alright, let's do this. Word of immunity. And word of immunity. That plasteel trip is going to take a minute because of malaria. She's the only one not on bed rest, so let's get her on bed rest. Trying to get her to recover quickly so that we can go get the materials. Oh, wow, more plasteel. Okay, I'm going to switch scanners. Now that we have 2 seams of plasteel out here, 1 and 2, I'm going to go back to ground pen. So here's the ground pen we know of. We have jade, we have steel, we have steel, we have steel, we've got steel, uranium, jade. So we're tapping the uranium here, but we don't know much else. Like, there's no gold known, there's not a second plasteel, there's no uranium. Oh, you know what? The wooden door here could be replaced with just a, like, let's do an auto door again. It's overkill, but whatever. And then board Drake's door is technically wood as well, but I really don't intend to take too many more prisoners, as they've been increasingly more annoying. I think some of the problem is just like we don't have people that have good social skills in our war tribe and our warband, and the ones that are still here don't care to do the work. There was one other thing I wanted to do. I'm going to get rid of all but 5 shards, and then I'm going to toss all the yayo. And this is just like I'm dumping it to God knows where. I don't want it. Toss all the yayo. I'm going to toss some of these weapons. I know I could smelt, but like it's just easier to just huck them. And I know that's lazy, but Lazy's the name of the game sometimes. If you're busy and you know it, that would be me. So I'm going to go the lazy approach. And this is just to reduce the amount of trash we've got. Like, I don't need 8 lungs at 1,000 apiece. Like, that's silly. Or all of the reinforced barrels. Again, silly. Okay, that looks correct. Let's do it. Donating to nowhere. You guys stop stepping on the door. So the name of the new shuttle is the Cathanon. The Cathanon able to do a decathlon. Well, that was a free kill. Just die at my doorstep. Why don't you? Gow. Wow, that was really in my backyard. Oh, you know what? I don't even touch it. Just whatever. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions or feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Inquisitors.